Brought to you by DK Audio.
DK Audio presents How to Talk So People Will Listen and Sound Confident Even When You're Not. By Lizzie Waterworth. Read by Lizzie Waterworth. For anyone who ever feels awkward speaking out loud. Introduction. Hi, I'm Lizzie Waterworth. It's likely you've heard me before, even if you haven't heard my name. That's because I'm the voice of many characters in TV cartoons and video games and commercials and even toys. The hundreds of characters I've voiced include Henry from Horrid Henry, Spider from Superworm, Ricky from Dino City, Alfred in David Walliams' Beast of Buckingham Palace, Bolly and Nif from Mush Mush and the Mushables, Bello from Jelly Jam, Uniqua and Austin in the Backyardigans. I live in a world of cartoons and I love my job. To do it well, I need to sound confident and read lines in lots of different voices without making lots of mistakes. Think this comes easily to me? Think again. The truth is, no one is born with a natural ability to do these things effortlessly. I'm still learning all the time, and sometimes I lose my confidence. We all get nervous. That's why I've written this book. I want to tell you the crazy truth about my world of voicing cartoons. So, the next time you feel stressed about talking to someone new, or panic about speaking in front of the class, or forget your lines in the school play and think all your friends will be laughing at you and you feel your confidence level drop to 0 out of 10, you can reach for your confidence toolbox. I'll explain what this is later. But first, let me tell you a story. I'd been voicing cool characters in cartoons for a few years when I got a call from my voiceover agent.
Hi, Lizzie. You've got an audition for a brand new cartoon. The job would be in Ireland and all your travel and flight costs would be paid for.
Exciting! The idea of taking a plane to work sounded like a vacation.
There are 2 characters you need to audition for. One is a feisty teenage girl and the other is her grandma, who's about 90 years old. The audition is in 2 days, so I'll send the scripts to you now.
A note on the script said the girl should have an American accent. So, after practicing and having fun with the script, I was ready for my teenage girl audition. Confidence level, 10 out of 10. Next, it was time to practice the grandmother's voice. I opened my mouth and started reading, but instead of sounding like a 90-year-old lady, I sounded like I had a crackly sore throat. Oh no, the audition was the next day. I kept reading the lines over and over, trying a high voice, then a low voice, but I wasn't even close to getting this old lady voice right. While travelling into central London, I was conscious of the other train passengers staring at me as I croaked quietly, trying to channel my inner grandma. When I arrived at the studio, they took me straight through to a voice booth, a little soundproof room where cartoon voiceovers are recorded, and they introduced me to the director.
Hey, Lizzie, let's start with the girl's voice, shall we?
I gave it my best shot. Dad, I don't want to be on vacation in the woods. There's like animal poop around that will ruin my new sneakers. What did I just step in? Ew! And there's no cell phone charger. How am I going to contact my friends?
Great, Lizzie,
said the director.
OK, let's move on to the grandma's voice.
This was the moment I had been dreading. Confidence level, 3 out of 10. I tried to say, "Come on, dear," but what came out was the voice of a malfunctioning robot. My old lady voice was a disaster. I hadn't even finished my lines before the director interrupted with,
OK, thanks, Lizzie. You can go.
Never in my years of auditioning had I not even been allowed to finish the lines. I felt sick to my stomach. As I scuttled out of the voice booth, tiny tears formed in the corners of my eyes. By the time I reached the train station, the tears had grown into huge, fat sobs. That's right, I had begun the uncontrollable cry. You know the one I'm talking about. Once you start, you can't stop, no matter what. You just have to let it run. Only it usually happens in the privacy of your home or the school restrooms, not at London Waterloo Station, one of the busiest train stations in the UK. Cringe. Eventually, the uncontrollable cry subsided. Phew! But my ordeal wasn't over yet. I began the what-if thinking. What-if thinking is like having an annoying little imaginary creature jumping on your shoulder when you're not feeling your best, and it starts whispering unhelpful words into your ears, which makes you start doubting yourself even more. The little creature, let's call it what-if, jumps on you when your confidence drops below 0% and your imagination climbs up to 100%. And it makes you feel much worse. This is what mischievous little what-if started whispering.
What if right now that director is on the phone to your voiceover agent saying, "How could you let that girl audition? She's wasted my time and time is money." Or even worse, what if he's going through his contacts, calling every director in the country, saying, "Never book Lizzie Waterworth for a job. She's a disgrace to this industry."
And so it went on and on. Pesky little what-if just wouldn't get off my shoulder. Needless to say, I didn't get that job. I've told you this true story because even though I've been voicing for so long, I still sometimes feel like I've messed up in an audition or made a fool of myself in front of people who expect me to get it right. I'm sure you have your own examples of things not going the way you'd hoped. At the time, it might have felt really bad, and like me, you may have felt upset. Things don't always go the way we hope they will, and this happens to everyone. Ever since the grandma voice disaster, I carry my confidence toolbox with me at all times. This isn't an actual box, it's a collection of cool tricks to help me feel more positive, and I want to share it with you in this book. You can use this box of tricks anytime you feel your own confidence level dropping. I have lots of fun stories to tell you. Some are about my crazy life in cartoons, like the time I really embarrassed myself in front of Sir David Attenborough. Others are true tales about other people, many of whom are famous now, but have had to work hard to overcome their fear of public speaking and performing. Oh, and I've even recruited some of my fellow voice artists and other friends from the world of cartoons to share their tips, tricks, and ideas to help with confident speaking. Let's get going! Chapter 1. Tame your nerves. First, let's talk about taming those pesky nerves. Do you ever feel little pangs of worry and fear before speaking out loud in front of the class or even a teacher? Yep, me too. And sometimes several weird feelings come along at the same time, which can make you feel a little yucky. Why does this happen? I asked Jenny Clarke, a family counsellor, aka someone who's good at helping people deal with worries, and this is what she said.
Lizzie, you know how much you love roller coaster rides and how much I don't love them. If you and I were both at the start of a roller coaster ride together, we would both be feeling lots of things in our bodies. Maybe some tingles in our arms and legs, maybe a bit sick, maybe a bit hot or cold, even a little bit sweaty, our hearts beating faster, perhaps some fluttering butterflies in our tummies as well. I would be feeling very scared and dreading the ride, and you would be feeling excited and looking forward to the ride. But we would both be experiencing the same things in our bodies. The difference is in our heads. Your brain would tell you it's because you're incredibly excited, and my brain would tell me it's because I'm scared. It's our brain, that little voice inside us, that tells us what our feelings mean. So, next time you think you feel scared, remember you would feel exactly the same in your body if you were excited about something, and that might help you relax.
Someone who knows all about this is the awesome actress Emma Tate, who voices Henry's little brother.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?